believers, and welcome to your favorite program, You Shall Know the Truth. Today, we shall be examining the subject of the judgment of God as related to people in the past and how it also affects us in this dispensation. God has always come in judgment upon nations and people. From the beginning, when Adam and Eve fell short of the glory of God, God pronounced the judgment of death upon them. In the time of Noah, in Genesis chapter 6, when you read verse 6 to 7 and verse 13 to 14, the Bible clearly teaches how God was not happy with the situation of man, and that the evil of man has ascended unto heaven, in which God concluded that he is going to destroy the then world, giving a direct command to Noah to build an ark, of which only 8 souls were saved from the flood. In the book of Genesis chapter 19, when you read verse 13, verse 23 to 24 also, we will also see how God came in judgment upon the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. God was determined to destroy the city completely with the inhabitants. Seeing only one righteous man, Lot, and his family, they were the only one that was saved from the impending judgment of God, even as at that time. Sodom was eventually consumed in fire. In the book of Leviticus, chapter 10, we have the story of 2 men, 2 sons of Aaron, who were priests, who were to offer sacrifices on behalf of the people among the Israelites. God has commanded them exactly on what to do. He expects them to take a fire from the altar and no other strange fire other than the one that God has commanded. Nadab and Abihu decided to go their own way, neglecting the commandments of God and choosing to follow their own heart. They were punished, God bringing upon them the judgment of instant death because they choose not to obey the commandment of God. In the New Testament of Christ, in the book of Acts of Apostles chapter 5, we have the story of a husband and a wife, Ananias and Sapphira. Both of them thought they were offering what, according to them, is accepted to God. What belongeth unto them is rightly theirs, but they lied to the Spirit of God, and the judgment of God came upon them in form of instant death. When we read Acts of Apostles chapter 5, from verse 1 to verse 11, we will clearly see these stories. We live in a world where we have people who are zealously religious, but yet without the knowledge of the will of God. We live in a world where a lot of people actually see evil as good. The book of Galatians chapter 5, verse 19 to 21 reveals to us a good number of the works of the flesh, which God says, those who practice such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God. Today, in our world, men and women who are married will no longer stay with their spouses. They choose to go after other men and other women. They call them side chicks. Adultery is now regarded as cheating.